Well, there's new hope for critically ill, hospitalized patients with COVID-19.
A commonly used drug has shown to improve survival rates by 1/3. Now, this is all according to a press release from a team of researchers in England.
Here to tell us what this drug is, our chief health editor, Dr. Nandi. Dr. Nandi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Glenda and Alan. And you know, this clinical trial, it's pretty exciting, and it's getting a lot of attention in the medical field because the preliminary findings really sound encouraging. The drug in this study is called dexamethasone. It's a steroid, and it was administered to just over 2,100 patients, so quite a few patients for 10 days. The dose was 6 milligrams given orally or by intravenous injection. And what the findings showed was that the patients on mechanical ventilators, right, people on ventilators, were 35% less likely to die than those who only received the normal care for COVID-19. And for patients now who were just using supplemental oxygen, they were 20% less likely to die when compared to those who were not given dexamethasone. That's pretty exciting. That's why everybody's kind of wanting to see what more is there for this.
Yeah, this is very exciting and encouraging news. So, Doc, what can you tell us about this steroid? Why does it work, and just how safe is it?
So it's called dexamethasone. It's been around for decades, and it was approved here in the U.S. back in the 1950s. And it's an inexpensive steroid prescribed for many conditions: arthritis, severe allergies, skin conditions, eye infections, autoimmune disorders, so a bunch of stuff. But what it does is it works on the immune system and lowers inflammation. So it makes sense that an anti-inflammatory drug could help a disease that is known to sometimes trigger too much inflammation. Now, what about the side effects, right? None were mentioned, but we don't have the full data from the study. However, we know that dexamethasone, a steroid, is known to cause side effects like irregular heartbeat, that's potential aggression, anxiety, headaches, depression, blurred vision, and weight gain. So we have to get the full story on the side effects.
So, Dr. Nandi, you mentioned that the data has not been released, the full data. Some health experts have said we need to be cautious about this research. Should we be taking this news with a grain of salt, so to speak?
Yeah, absolutely. Excellent question, Glenda. And here's what I'll tell you, that typically researchers will give in-depth detail regarding their study, and they'll have peers review it before it gets published, and that takes some time, right? But there's a lot of pressure right now in the medical community to really find something that can help and potentially a cure. So yes, that does mean that some information may be shared that doesn't pan out in larger studies. The example I'll give you is with the anti-malarial drug hydroxychloroquine. Right, and so even though we have limited data regarding this particular steroid study, I'm going to go up there and say I'm going to be optimistic and hope in time that dexamethasone will indeed cut the death rate by 1/3 for ventilated patients. It really gives us a lot of hope, and absolutely we need more detail, but to me it's a reason to be optimistic.
Okay, we'll take it. Thank you so much, Dr. Nandi.
My pleasure.
And if you have a coronavirus question for the good doctor, you can email him, Dr. Nandi at askdrnandi.com, or be sure to send it to us on Facebook or Twitter.